Honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for inviting me to address this impressive group of policymakers gathered today to discuss and rethink the future of tourism in Africa. I don't have to remind you of the significant challenges countries have faced since the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic. These include global shifts in demand, a rise in fragility, social unrest and conflict, and a growing urgency to address climate risks and rising inequality. They also continue to be held back by significant gaps in access to energy and digital connectivity. There is now widespread agreement that poverty and climate are inseparably linked. In recognition of this, the World Bank has an updated vision to create a world free of poverty on a livable planet. The tourism sector provides significant opportunities to advance this vision through the creation of jobs, especially for women, for youth and rural communities. It brings in foreign exchange and government revenues. It spurs the construction of vital infrastructure. Tourism can also attract new customers to local markets, which trigger broad spillovers to other sectors such as manufacturing, agriculture, and the protection of natural and cultural heritage. Domestic and regional tourism, which increased during the pandemic, will be key to boosting demand and curbing carbon emissions from long-haul visitors to the region. But not all forms of tourism contribute to a sustainable future. Tourism must be carefully planned and managed to avoid harming the very assets that make our countries attractive for visitors. The pandemic has provided the opportunity to rethink how we can foster the development of more resilient, inclusive, and sustainable growth going forward. At the World Bank, we're seizing the opportunity to chart a course to a more sustainable path for the tourism industry. The number of World Bank tourism projects in Africa has almost doubled since 2019. We now have 20 active lending projects across the region in 14 countries, up from just 11 projects in 2019. This alone represents a $1.55 billion invested in Africa. These projects are designed to be green, Paris-aligned, inclusive, and focused on community benefits and conservation of the region's natural assets. However, the sector continues to struggle with being climate-friendly, relying on international source markets that generate carbon-emitting air travel, consuming a great deal of water, and producing large amounts of food and plastic waste, to name a few. We must recognize that public finance alone is not sufficient to support a new sustainable pathway for tourism in Africa. The private sector has shown exceptional resilience in emerging from the COVID-19 crisis, driving innovation in community empowerment, nature protection, and job creation. Yet there is much more that can be unlocked through better policies and improved markets. We must work together. It has been refreshing to see the extensive collaboration between donors and development partners, destinations, associations, and new regional coalitions forming out of the pandemic to share learning, expertise, and even resources around key themes. And we are seeing impressive results. In Sierra Leone and Sao Tome and Principe, we are working on circular economy initiatives, partnering with hotels and restaurants. In Sierra Leone, this has resulted in the passing of the new single-use plastic policy. In South Africa, we are working with UNDP and South Africa's national parks to develop a nature-positive financing plan. This will crowd in private capital to a range of revenue-generating activities across entire landscapes. Investment will be made through a series of blended finance instruments, including specious bonds like the Rhino bond pioneered a few years ago. In Uganda and Zambia, we're investing in the restoration of protected areas that serve as carbon sinks. New infrastructure integrates climate-smart designs and strengthens the economic resilience of communities, bringing tourism and other nature-based economic revenue to preserve natural areas. Tourism, often regarded as a driver of economic growth and job creation, should now be seen also as a catalyst for climate action and a vehicle to improve the livability of our planet. Let us embark on this transformative journey together. Thank you.